Okay, good as new. I mean, it was a huge darn tire. Boom, boom, like traction control lights on, all this. That's coming off. It's really not that bad. The garage is a mess. The cars are even dirtier, but it has been an amazing couple of months here at VinWiki and around Florida for the South Florida car show season. And so I am beat, but it has been so much fun to meet so many of you, get to take the cars on so many great trips. But it all started really about 5 weeks ago with a road trip to Naples, Florida for Cars on Fifth. We were down there with DuPont Registry doing a live stream, but we went, me, Arnie, and Doug, in the Cannonball cars after taking them out of the Savoy Auto Museum. They were there for, I don't know, 5 or 6 months on a Cannonball exhibit alongside Alex Roy's M5, the Brock Yates, Dan Gurney, Kirk F. White Daytona. So many amazing cars. And the CL55 actually did really, really well. It was the first time I'd driven it any meaningful distance, really, I think in the last 2 or 3 years. It was a little leaky, the tires are old, all that, but it made it there and back in tremendous comfort, and it was a big hit at the show. The next weekend was the Miami Concours. John Tamarian and the curated team have always been a huge force behind this event, alongside Brett David from Prestige Imports. There were amazing panels with Christian von Koenigsegg, Jim Glickenhaus, and more. Really, really cool lineup of cars, and I got to be one of the judges for that event. That's always a huge privilege and the chance to really be a part of a great event. Then there was one merciful week off, and then MODA and Amelia. Now, MODA Miami, this was their 3rd year of an awesome show. There was some torrential rain, but that did not cloud our experience at all. On the way down, I got to stop at Maps backlot where Rio Cam likes to shoot, because he'd been asking me since the moment Tim Fabrizio, the Barn Find King, pulled that out of the airplane hangar in Illinois to take the Victoria's Secret Diablo and recreate the iconic supermodel Victoria's Secret Angel photo shoot with the Diablo. It is still drying out a week later because there was quite the rainstorm, but I loved the photos that Rio came up with. And of course, we had to take the same Victoria's Secret Angel wings and redo it with some of my friends, the car YouTubers. And so we made a video on VinWiki about both of those photo shoots. I love how both of them came out. I'll put a link in the description to check that out. But the car is so beautifully filthy, covered in bugs, but it did awesome. Like, really no issues. I do need to spray these things off because that paint's probably still barely dry, but the match is much better thanks to Cameron and the team. They had done a few different maintenance items leading right up to it, but maybe the highlight wasn't actually a very successful road trip in the Victoria's Secret Diablo, but once again getting to drive the McLaren F1 from the Revs Institute. We had obviously taken on the trip in September, the McLaren F1 Owners Club Tour, but getting some more seat time in that car, even for just a few miles as part of the 100 Club, is always a great time. The first time I got to drive that car was another trip to Amelia Island for the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance in this car for our Dream Car series for Car Trek 5. So we used that F1 for the opener, and I took this car back this time to the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance, or the Amelia as Haggerty calls it under their ownership. And so just put about 1,500 miles on this car this month, which was wonderful. This car, I mean, of all the cars that I have, certainly this is the best road trip car. So comfortable, so usable. I hit a massive tire retread, but I believe I might need a little piece of clear bra, or that may buff out, but it doesn't really seem that bad. Little bit of a crack there, but hey, that is what they're for. And with 61,000 miles, you got to expect some things like that in my LP640, and I could not enjoy it anymore. We had a great group of people down there with Doug Tabbitt and John Sabo from Ohio. Matt Stevenson brought the orange Diablo SV that I sold last year in the Cars and Bids sell-off. And so just so much fun, so many great events, and it's just easy, which is nice. You know, some of these things, they're just a fairly easy drive down, some great roads, everything that you could want. And finally, after those 5 weeks, I'm home for a little while. The next event will be the Heritage Invitational in Charlotte, North Carolina. That is coming up, and I'm going to take the Victoria's Secret Diablo to that as well. But overall, it's just been a great time, some great cars, some great road trips. Now, in the background of all of this kind of event craziness has been the even crazier insanity of the exotic car market. Of course, most of these events have some sort of an auction component, with RM Sotheby's being the force behind MODA, Broad Arrow being behind the Amelia, and the results have just been unreal. Certainly you would say that the Ferrari Halo cars are kind of leading that charge in terms of the values going up, but great results for Bugattis, great results for Manuel Mercies, great results for Diablos. So many records set, especially with the Ferraris, the Porsches, things like that. It's really hard to wrap your head around. I mean, cars that you started to talk about at $1 million or $1.5 million maybe a year ago are now $2, $2.5, $3, $4, $5 million. Enzos at 15, 17, 18. It's really, really hard to understand what that means in the context of the exotic car market. We actually did kind of a goofy reappraisal of Freddie's cars, which obviously don't meet that quality criteria, neither do mine, but what it would be worth if all of his cars were perfect based on these recent market precedents. And it was like $25 million. So I'll put a link to that reappraisal with Freddie that we shot at MODA Miami as well. But I don't really know what that's going to mean. I mean, we are seeing clearly a recognition of interesting and rare exotic and supercars from, let's say, 1985 to 2015 as a legitimate asset class. So there is a ton of capital coming into the space, certainly in equity, definitely in debt, but all generally kind of riding that wave of momentum, moving in that direction. And it's easy to kind of get demoralized as you see cars you thought you might be able to get one day running away. But in reality, there are so many other ways to get to that point. And we'll talk more about that in future videos about kind of how to cope with a crazier than normal car market and what that means for young enthusiasts. That was one of the things that I certainly encountered a lot in the last few weeks, was young people coming up and asking me for my thoughts on that. So a fun video concept that we'll explore in the future. But overall, it's a healthy industry, healthy events, healthy market, and certainly just a whole lot of fun. So thank you to everyone who came out to see us. I did a big meet and greet, signing license plates and things like that with Premier Financial Services this weekend at Amelia. Great to see all of our sponsors like Mark Gold at the Ticket Clinic around at all these South Florida events and his stomping grounds. But again, thank you all so much for just making all this possible. I never expected to be able to go to all these events, even as a spectator, but much more so, it's so cool to be able to go there as a participant, as a judge, doing events and appearances and all that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a tremendous honor. And this month we are sponsored by the Ticket Clinic. And thankfully, in all these miles, I guess I must have driven about 10,000 miles this month, not a single ticket. And so I did not require the nationwide network of attorneys from the Ticket Clinic. But if I had gotten one, step one is take a picture of it and text it to 305-305, because that will get the nationwide network of attorneys, especially in Georgia and Florida, on the case immediately from the Ticket Clinic. They do have brick and mortar offices in Florida, Georgia, and California, but they can help you fight a ticket no matter where you get it to help you avoid costly fines, risks of suspension, points on your license, jail time, all the bad things that we hate about getting a ticket, especially your insurance premiums going up. So it's more important than ever to fight every single ticket, and the perfect partner in that fight is the Ticket Clinic. There's a QR code on your screen to find out about them now, but you can also check the link in the description below to support them for supporting us and fight your ticket with the Ticket Clinic.